Hello, Jay Williams here from Download Lifestyle, and I'm creating this video live from Kuala Lumpur. I'm actually near the Twin Towers, the Petronas Twin Towers, where I'm creating this video. And today I want to create a video based around fear of failure. Now there are to kind of give you some context around fear of failure and how you can actually address it. I started looking into this, thinking about my own experiences, thinking about the times where I've struggled with this fear of failure, and as a result it's left me standing still and I haven't been able to move forward with my life or my business and take action. Now there are two rational fears that you are born with. There's two fears. So the first fears that you're born with are fear of falling and fear of loud noises. So we all have these. So everybody has these. There's no, they're not based on experience that's caused it. Something in your life hasn't actually caused it. But any other fear, if you think about it this way, when we're actually born, we come out the womb and we're a clean slate. We have nothing to compare to. We don't know any better. And so what happens is, in those very early years of our lives, experiences happen. Someone tells us we're not worthy. We try and do something, but we don't quite achieve what we want to, and everybody laughs at you. All those experiences when you're growing up actually shape who you are, and they create these limits, these limiting beliefs that stop you from pursuing something, whether that be starting an online business, whether that be following your passions or your dream, or even the people around you. Your environment determines who you are. You're a product of your environment, and what happens is every single experience you have, your circle of influence, the people that you surround yourself with, actually shape what you believe, who you are as a person. And so as a result, they can actually instill fear in your mind. Now fear, the acronym, I actually looked this up, it stands for false experiences appearing real. Now we have these fears because of experiences we've had, but we create in our head a future that doesn't actually exist. So we start to create this very negative feeling around an experience. So let's take, for example, you wanted to start an online business with the Six Figure Mentors Digital Experts Academy. And you create this conversation in your head that, what if I fail? I failed before, so it could happen again, but it hasn't actually happened. So what you do is you lose all power around this conversation. You will never take that action. You never know what's on the other side because you create this story in your head, and it's a reality that hasn't actually happened. It doesn't actually exist. So your experiences, your life, your beliefs actually shape your future. Now, when you talk like this and you're having this type of conversation, you have no power. You can't move forward. Fear keeps people standing still. When you stand on the edge of a cliff, it's very scary. You don't want to jump. Let's say you're doing a bungee jump, or woman waving in the background. You're doing a bungee jump. You can't actually move. Your feet feel like they're glued into the ground. And this is no different, no matter what fear it is you have. But fear of failure is one of the most common. Two things that people generally come to me with is I fear failure, that's why they don't get started, and they don't feel worthy of success. Those are normally the two biggest issues that I face in helping people overcome. And you can actually take back the power. So instead of thinking to yourself, well, what if I fail? Change the context of the conversation to, what if I win? What if I start an online business and I am very successful? I seen a quote the other day and I loved it, absolutely loved it, because I'm very competitive by nature. I tend to win everything I do, and that's not just me bragging. I'm super committed, super driven, and always want to be the best I can be. And I seen a quote the other day that said, if you don't win, you learn. Because there is no such thing as failure. Failure doesn't exist. Failure only exists if you give up, full stop. But the chances are it still isn't real, because you'll have learned some kind of lesson from it. You have to fail forward. You have to fail in order to succeed. If you look at the case studies of anyone who's ever been successful in anything, absolutely anything in life, they will have failed hundreds and hundreds of times to get to where they need to be. So if you're thinking that failure, or you're letting failure hold you back, first of all, go back to your childhood, look at what experiences, really look deep down, what experience caused that fear. Change, recognize it, accept that that's what it is, and then change the concept, the context of the conversation that you're having with yourself to, instead of I can't, I'm scared, what if I lose, to what if I win? How good is it going to be if I win? How good is my life going to be in 10 years for myself or my kids if I actually take these next steps? If I start my own online business, if I pursue my passion or my dream. So what do you think? Do you enjoy this type of information? Has it given you a different perspective on fear of failure, or fears in general, and how they evolve? And if you've got any comments or questions for me, or even some feedback, I'd love to hear it. Just simply place it in the comments box below. Or if you're receiving this in an email, simply reply to the email. I'd love to hear your feedback. So from me and the beautiful Patronus Stars, have an amazing, amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you soon for another video. Bye for now.